Hi there, my name is Terry Smith. I'm the owner of Adorable Decor, where we make and sell wreaths and other types of home decor. And I also work toward inspiring others to make their own designs through my Facebook Lives, through my blog at adorabledecodecor.com, and through my wreaths making courses. And today I was going to work on a red truck table arrangement. I was going to share that with you. All right, well, like I said, I wanted to make a red truck piece, and actually I was cleaning through, getting my Christmas stuff out or put away, and getting my Valentines and spring out, and I forgot I had one more truck left, so I thought, why don't we just make a Valentine's arrangement with it? I thought that would be cute and something anybody can do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I don't want to keep you now. All right, so I just gathered a collection of things that I have related to Valentine's. I do know that I want to use a couple of ribbons. We're just going to make a real small bow. I've got Valentine heart ribbon, and then a gingham, a black and white gingham that I thought would go really cute with it. And then I just grabbed, I was kind of torn, do I use spring greens or should I use just some winter greens? And I ended up going with winter. February is in, or I'm sorry, Valentine's is in February, and here where I live, we're still getting a lot of snow in February. So I went ahead with some winter greens. We're not going to let them look Christmassy though, but they will be winter. I did grab a couple of roses, and these are just Hobby Lobby roses that I cut off of a bush. And I ran across this little guy, and I'll explain why I want that here in a little bit. And well, that's that. So, all right, now first thing I want to do, I want to go ahead and make my bow. And like I said, I chose this black and white check gingham, and we're just going to make a real simple bow. You know, we can't put anything too big on this because it'll overpower it. I did go ahead and I placed some floral foam down in here, and then I covered with the moss. Now I don't glue down my moss. You know, some people will put glue all over and glue it down. The only time I ever do anything except for let the florals hold it in is, like, say if it's on the side of a arrangement, I might put a floral pin that's been dipped in glue. But to me, whenever you cover this all with glue, I use Gorilla Glue. It's really hard sometimes to get some of the stems in. So, and the florals all pretty much hold it down. So I usually don't put a whole lot of any glue or anything like that there. So, all right, let's go ahead. We'll make our bow. Let me zoom in here. Okay. All right, looks like comments are still coming, so if anybody has any questions, let us know. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Yes, I tell you what, that Santa Claus, that's been a chore. I made one on a live not too awfully long ago, and it was so popular, and I only had a couple of them, so I ordered some more, and the lady did rush orders on this and that and everything, so we could get them and make them for Christmas. And it's been sitting in Indianapolis in the post office forever. I just got one to complete one order for it, and of course the sign, I didn't have the sign either, so, but now I've got plenty. My thought was, if nothing else, it'll work for next year. I'm already ahead, but that's my most favorite Santa Claus I've ever put on a wreath. Actually, I think that's my favorite Christmas wreath ever that I made. All right, so like I said, I'm just going to make a real simple bow here, just 2 loops, one on either side. And that might be a little bit too big. I should have tried it out instead of talked here. I'm going to say it's about a 3-inch loop that I'm aiming for. Has anybody out there, have you guys used any of these trucks? Oh, Charlotte, did you have problems too? Somebody with the COVID going on? I tell you, this year's been rough. It's been rough for a lot of people. I don't know about you guys though. I felt inspired last night when I saw the Christmas star. Did you guys get to see that? I don't know. For some reason, I just thought I don't know. It was just so inspiring to see it. All right, now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to place my heart ribbon over the top of it. And if you notice, the hearts do go in one direction. So I'm going to have to make this bow just a little bit different. Okay, and normally I would twist this and put it that way, but instead I'm just going to sneak this right here so that we get we want to have all the hearts face in the right direction. Okay, I just snuck that right underneath what I already had. All right, and then I just bring it around on top. And I do have, you guys, if anybody needs it, I do have some videos on how to use one directional ribbon and keep the pattern going right. But it's on, actually I have one here and I have one on YouTube. So okay, now I do want a tail up top. I'm going to leave this just like that. Now I'm just going to lay this right down here. Whoops, I need to come on the other side here. I'm going to lay it just right across here, okay? And if it doesn't bother you, you don't necessarily have to go to all that trouble. I mean, some people it bothers, some people it doesn't. I'm just going to sneak that right down there. And I know that doesn't look like much, like I always tell you. Don't give up on your bows too early. I'll have to see what's happening with Charlotte here in a second. Okay. All right, so now you can see all the hearts are going the right direction, okay? All right, I'm just going to lay out that off to the side. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start filling with our greens. Okay, and the rule of thumb on how much, you don't want to overpower your truck. I mean, it's on the smallish side. It's probably about 13 inches long and not all that tall. So you don't want to put a great big mound of things up here. The general rule of thumb that I've always heard is that it should, your greens should not raise more than 1.5 times your container. But anyway, 1.5 times the height of your container is a general rule of thumb. So I'm thinking, about like this. Okay, that would be the highest that we want to do, and it all just goes back to keeping things within scale. Just like in a tiny room in your house, you wouldn't put a humongous TV or humongous sofa. The same thing goes with wreaths and floral arrangements. Okay, I think the UPS guy just got here. All right, and I wasn't expecting anything. I'm not going to answer it. However, I might have to go and get the dog so he'll come back down here. All right, I am going to leave this some of this evergreen. It has some sparkles on the end, that glitter. I am going to leave that. I don't think, with Valentine's, I don't think it's going to be too Christmassy looking after we get everything else in. Yeah, that's our security system, you guys. I might have to go and quiet him down here in a second. Nobody's coming in here while he's here. Nobody's coming in here unannounced while he's here. I should say that. So, all right. I might leave that little pine cone on there too, but we'll see. I'm just cutting off all this greenery. I do have differing greeneries too. I can't remember if I showed you guys that or not. But, I like to add different textures into my pieces. All right. Let me see, I might have to put a steel pick on this, or else we could just trim off the end here. Let's just do that. That'll be a little simpler. See, rather than get a steel pick, the foam in here is not very deep. You know, it's kind of on the shallow end. So I'm just going to trim this off rather than put a steel pick on it to get it through there, because you know the stem or the greenery comes all the way down to the stem. Okay, or all the way down to where I cut it, I should say. All right, but let me get about 3 or 4 of these kind of trimmed off, and then we'll start adding some of these goodies. So who all's still out Christmas shopping? I have to say, finally, this year's the earliest I've ever gotten completely done, but I think it's because we have a small crowd this year. But I was tempted, though, a while ago. Do you guys find yourself, you know, if you get done early, then do you just keep buying, keep buying, keep buying? I wanted to do that this morning, but I held myself off. All right, let me get some of this off of here real quick. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll start adding some of this greenery, okay? And let me start off with the flocked pieces first. The flocked evergreen, but it's, you know, I guess they're all about the same length. I was going to start out with the taller ones, taller pieces up front here. Those aren't very tall at all. I might end up having to put some picks on it after all. No, that one's a little better. So if you guys all put away your Christmas stuff, all your design or crafting things, oh, good. Debbie says she doesn't have one gift wrapped. Oh my gosh, that's the part that, you know, I get all excited about it to start with, and then by the time you wrap about, you know, half a dozen presents, it's like just you can always tell on me. You can always tell which ones I wrapped early and which ones I wrapped later. All right, I think that I'm just going to stop there right now on the greenery or on this evergreen. Okay. I don't want to get it too full before I add some other things, but I might add another one right back here, but I don't know just yet, okay? All right, I do want to definitely put in at least one rose. And I'm going to be addressing the back side also, but I want most of the design to be facing this way, if that makes sense. I'm not going to make it to where it can be, you know, equal on either side. All right, let's see here. I want it kind of pointing outward. It's just a little bit misshapen, though. Let me see. Maybe that one might be better. I like the size of this one's a little better, though. I can always kind of work with this. You can always take a little dab of glue or something. See how it's kind of flattened on one side? You can always take just a little dab of glue and put them down in there in between the petals and kind of mold that to the shape that you want it. So I'm not going to do it right now because I might be able to shape it just with the greenery, but all right, let me trim this down just a hair. I'm thinking I want it kind of pointing out just right like that, okay? And the stem is wired, so, you know, I can pretty much bend it however I want. All right, so that's what I have so far. Okay. If you missed the very beginning, I was torn. I was thinking about using some other kind of greenery, but I decided I wanted winter greenery just to add. I wanted to use some of this flocked, just like this. I wanted to use some of the flocked greenery, and I also have this. I think it's boxwood. I just have this boxwood too that's a little bit frosted. That's why I chose. I just like it. All right, and I'm going to start sprinkling in some of this other greenery. All right, and I'm going to need to cut some of it in half, but I want to kind of try it on for size here. Let's see, I'm going to trim it about halfway down, just to shorten it down. Alright, and maybe one a little bit longer, which will make one a little bit shorter too. Okay? Alright. And I'll turn this around here in a second and show you what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so I'm just placing these frosted or iced boxwoods here. Julie, do you guys have evergreen down there where you live? That's what, I don't know why I was thinking about that. But Julie lives in Puerto Rico. And I've never been there. I just was curious. Do you have evergreens down there? Like for Christmas and that? All right. All right. So we've got, I'm just going to kind of stagger them, kind of sprinkle this through. I don't want to get it real crowded though, because I still have lots of other goodies I want to place in here. Okay. Okay, I just kind of surrounded that rose basically with the boxwood. Okay, and I need to bring something a little green up here also. I don't know what I'm going to put there just yet, but I want to break the plane between the two colors, or the two reds. Okay. Yeah, and you guys, anytime you have any kind of designs that you've done, we would love to see them. Don't ever be bashful about putting them in the comments, or send me a message. I can put them on my page. I'd love to share that kind of stuff. Everybody else's designs. I'm just cutting off this greenery right here. I don't want to use this greenery. Again, I don't know why, I just don't want to. I'm thinking about putting another rose back here. Maybe just a tad bit higher, but again, I don't want to get too high, right? Maybe just coming out of the back, just kind of to spread the red, okay? I kind of like it coming out of the back end like that, okay. This one is a little bit smaller than the other one. But, you know, I talked about maybe putting some glue down deep inside of this rose to make the shape improve. However, like I said, as I added the greenery, the shape's already way better. Yeah, it's hard to believe we're about already done with Christmas wreath season, though, you know. Seems like it comes on like a freight train and then it leaves just as just as quickly. All right, I need my needle nose pliers. I want this just a little bit shorter, or may even have to pull it out and shorten down that stem. I think that's what I'm going to do. I didn't trim that down near enough. I wanted it kind of sneaking out the back, basically, kind of like that. All right, pull off all that glue I stuck on there. All right, and I'm going to put it kind of at an angle also. We're getting to the point where it's getting hard to get your hand down in there, so that's why I told you guys the other day, I use these needle nose pliers. That is my most often used tool in my shop. Anything ever happens to it, I'll be gone. I'll be paralyzed. So, okay. All right, so that's what we have so far. I think it's already starting out to be cute. Okay. All right. All right, now I think I'm going to go ahead and add my bow before we get too much farther. And let me see how I had it. I wanted some tails coming both up and, up above the bow and down. Okay, a lot of times I do that. I think it just adds just a little bit of extra to the bow. Almost, to me, it adds just a little bit of life to it. All right, let me see where we're going to put it here. I'm just playing with these bow loops. I think I still got them a little bit on the large side. Again, I'm talking about scale, and whenever I do that, I'm just pulling on one of the tails and just shortening it up. Okay, nothing wrong with that. So don't feel bad if you have to do that. Probably what happened, I was talking and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. You guys were probably sitting there thinking that it was uneven, but I wasn't paying any attention. Let's get it all evened up. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to take a floral pin, and I'm just going to tighten it right around that pipe cleaner, or tighten the pipe cleaner right around it. Okay, just like that. Here's my floral pin, because that floral foam is down a little bit deeper than what the truck bed is. Okay, so I need something kind of long to reach it. I could also have used a floral pick, a wooden floral pick, that is. Now I'm just going to dip this in glue, and then I'm going to stick it in the foam. Okay. All right, and that's what my bow looks like right now. I'm showing you this because I keep on telling people, don't give up on your bows. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, I'm going to play with my bow loops here, and then I'll turn it around and show you guys what I have. But yeah, I always say, that's why we use our wired ribbon, so that we can shape our bow however we need it to. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to trim my tails. I'm just going to do a dovetail. And I'm not sure about these tails going up. I might actually undo or do away with those later, but for right now we're going to keep them. Okay. Just don't know yet. And I on purpose placed this gingham right in this area. I did have it shaped like this, okay? But to me, with the darkness of the black, it's just not enough differentiation in the colors. So I wanted something to break that up, again, the colors, so that you could appreciate each different individual piece, okay? All right, now we trim the ones down on the bottom tails, that is. Okay. All right, so this is what we have so far, okay? And I'm telling you, I don't like the tails coming up. I think we're going to do away with those. I don't like these at all. I think it makes it look too busy. So I wanted more of a simple bow, okay? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to trim those off. And it's just going to, you'll see it's just going to quiet things down just a little bit there in that bow. And we'll be putting something in the middle of the bow anyway, so you know, you don't have to worry about the excess of the ribbon. Okay. All right. See how that quieted that down? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now, let's start adding some other goodies and get my table cleaned up. Centerpieces are always messy. Yeah, I guess that wreaths are too, but the only thing is different is falling in your feet, not up where you can see it on the table, right? Okay. All right, so I for sure wanted to use these whenever I forgot I even had them, but, oh, thank you, Melinda. I forgot I had these, but I had bought them to go with this ribbon, but it matches that ribbon. It has the white outline in the heart. And so we're going to sprinkle a few of these in there. I guess I could leave them all on that spray just like that, but I want to place them in individually. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these off. And I want to say that I got these at Hobby Lobby a few years ago, but I wouldn't swear to it, but I think I did. All right, and I'm just going to place them in here. I'm going to place them different heights. We wouldn't want to place them just, you know, all the same height. You want different places for the eye to be able to go. I don't know if this stem's going to be tough enough to get through that foam, though. Yeah, I guess so. Okay. All right, so there's our first one. Isn't that cute? I like that the middle kind of moves around too. Isn't that cute? All right, so we have one here, so we need to make kind of a triangle out of them. My thinking is I'm going to put one right down, you know, sneak one right down here by the bow. Okay? Oh, thank you, Kay. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, I tell you what, I always tell people if I don't understand it, I'm never going to remember it. So, and that was just the way I was taught. I used to teach nursing and medical students. And, you know, there's so much stuff to remember with that if you don't understand it, there's no way you're going to memorize everything and be successful. So that's just the way I've always operated. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. So I like that little guy right there. Right there, right by that bow. Okay. All right. So we've got the 2 points of the triangle. So we need to go over in this area somewhere, right? And we're going to bring it down just a little bit. Different height than the other ones. There we go. All right, isn't that cute? I'm loving this, guys. Not liking so much the way those tails are, but now you know, a lot of times I don't know why I do something. I just do it. I just pick it out just because I like it. But with this particular one, I just thought it was going to be, you know, I wanted something like February here in Indiana, which is cold and snowy. So, okay. All right. I'm liking this a lot now. All right. Let's add just a little bit more. Let's see. I've got these other hearts, but I don't really think we need them. I pulled these also. But, no worries. No worries at all. I'm just having fun. I'd pulled these also. I kind of wanted to sprinkle these in there, but I don't know if I can. Well, I think they can separate a little bit here. Try that. Okay, yeah, I can. I didn't know if I was going to be able to just separate this. You know, if I just put the whole bunch in there at once, it's not going to work. Okay, so I think 3 pieces will be enough. I do have another one just in case we need to throw in just a little bit more white. But we'll set this right down. Right down in there. And it's really starting to get enough, we're getting enough stuff in here that it's starting to get a little difficult to get all our stems in. And I don't like this one going the wrong direction. I didn't notice that was going to happen. Let's see, I'm going to trim this guy down because I don't want him up that high, going the wrong direction. That one's more acceptable like that. That makes sense. Okay. All right, so let's put a few more of these in. Let me see where I'm going to put that. That thing can get pretty loud. I've got a turntable that I can use for my arrangements when I do them, but I don't know. To me, it just is as hard to maneuver as it is just turning them around. Okay, I do like that, a little bit shorter. So we'll stick this in. If I can get my little fat hands down in there. There we go. Okay. All right, so we've got some up here, right here in the middle, so we need to bring some just a little bit down here. Just kind of sweeping out the back. I'm going to sneak it right in behind that bow. There we go. All right, can you see that? Yeah, Debbie says the same thing. She uses a turntable. It seems like she's just chasing it, so it's easier. Yes, I agree. I agree completely. Okay, so if I put this in here like this, I still feel like I need one of these little white guys here. And I do have one more. Now, I might have to use a steel pick on this. Let me see, or maybe I could just glue it in. I can find something just to, oh, I've got plenty of evergreen. I can just glue that. We'll just glue that just right in, because I feel like if I don't do that, I feel like it puts too much concentration of the white up here. So I do need to bring a little white down here. Okay? All right, so let's sneak this right in here. There. And I'm going to stick just a little bit of extra glue right down that, just so that makes sure that holds in there where I put it, since we're not dropping it down into the evergreen. Okay? All right. It's filling up pretty quickly, isn't it? I had pulled some more greenery, some more types of greenery, but I don't really think that we're going to have room for it without it getting too crowded. Okay. All right, let me look and see what else we need to do here. Maybe something right in this corner right here. Actually, maybe we can put some of this. Yeah, we'll just put this right here just to kind of balance that out. And bring just a little something to the back side here. Okay, there we go. And there it satisfies that triangle. Okay. All right. All right, let me give it one more look here. We might be done. Let me kind of... I don't know. I might want just a little greenery up here. I don't know if we will or not. I don't like that. Maybe a little piece back here. I do have a little hole right here underneath of this rose. Okay, so I'm going to need to put something smallish down there. I think maybe this guy right here would be either this or this. Actually, I'm kind of liking this one a little bit better because you can see it from the front also. So I'm going to trim off this evergreen down here, make us a stem. And right now I'm just filling in holes. I think we have plenty of design elements. Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece right here and I'm going to put it right in front of that. Just so I don't have two of the same evergreen right next to each other. Okay. All right, so that's what I've got back there now. We just filled in this hole back here. Okay. All right. Oh, and Sheila thinks a small bow tail back there. That's a possibility. Maybe a little ribbon tails coming out the top. That'd be cute. Okay. All right, now I feel like I need to put something right here in the center of the bow just to kind of finish it off. I think we've got enough in our truck bed. Okay, let me see what I've got that I can stick in there. Yeah, I looked at this, but it was just a little bit too small. Let me see if one of these hearts might work. Oh, thank you, Dawn. Yeah, yeah, I do too. It's so versatile. Saying she loves the truck. I'm kind of playing with this little heart here. I might have to find something else. I feel like it needs something maybe a little smaller than that. And I didn't really bring anything to my table with that, or like that. Okay. All right, give me a second. I've got my basket right here beside me. I just need to grab it real quick and see what I've got I can put in there. Let's see. I do have even smaller hearts. I'm gonna like that better than that bigger heart that I have. And this is just a bag of hearts. See, I think it's a bowl filler that I get from Hobby Lobby. I think I'm just going to stick this right here. You know what else would be cute? Would be a small rose right there, but I don't know if I should just wait and put that in there. I don't have a rose right next to me, but we could do that with a heart. I'm thinking I'm going to wait, though. I really do think maybe a small rose right there would be perfect, just to play off of the two roses we have right there. So I'm going to hold off on finishing in the center of that bow, and I'd have to hunt for her. I'm sure I have some. I just don't. I'll have to go and hunt for them. So, okay. All right. I think we're done, guys. What do you think? You guys have a great holiday. Stay safe. Enjoy your family if you are going to be with them. If not, my thoughts are with you. And so anyway, I will catch you then next time. Thanks again, as always, for joining me, and you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.